お前のことが好きだ。チュン。
Opportunistic wind cliche, where the weather was just purely waiting for your grand reveal before doing its normal weather-related activities.
なんで？ちなみに私は空手をやっている。
They teach you spot-on body shots in karate.
友も購買か？何買うんだ？
お、私かね？
Who the hell else would he be asking in that situation, though?
かかってこい！
上等だ！
待て、タイム！
なあ、友、昨日は悪かったって。だいたい俺の方が殴られてんだぞ。見ろ、この顔。
In fairness, dude, you're the one who grabbed her first. You grab someone, you gotta expect a physical retaliation.
純一郎があなたと男女の激しいスポーツをしたと男子に話してたわ。
男女の激しい？ああ、やってるぜ。
違うのよ。
誤解？
そう、あの二人は付き合ってないわ。
Couple sense here. Firstly, you'd think her reaction to him even talking about having sex with her wouldn't be such a violent and angry one given her affection towards him and her wanting to be seen as a woman. But secondly, I don't understand the role the dark-haired girl played here. She knew it was a misunderstanding and yet still told Tomo in such a way as to get a reaction from her and watched it all unfold and then goes and tells the other lad it was a misunderstanding. Just not Tomo. So is she eager to help or not?
なら覚えておいて。あの二人で遊んでいいのは私だけよ。
遊ぶ？
Okay, fair enough. Have that second one back. It's just her weird way, I guess.
もっとこっち来いよ。
私はここでいいから。
よくねえだろ。濡れてんぞ。
Could just walk slightly closer to her, dude. She's not even looking at you.
むしろお前、なんかいい匂いが。何してんだよお前。びしょびしょじゃねえか。
なんなんだ？本当あいつはわからねえ。
You literally just did exactly the same thing, though.
違うし、あいつスカート履いてるし、しかも胸超でかいし、絶対に許せない。
Two people say the exact same thing at the exact same time and in the exact same way, cliche.
やっぱ私立ってる。
そうか？
本当こいつは何も分かってねえ。
Says the girl who keeps on finding ways to not be physically close to him when she wants to be physically close to him, and then says, oh my god, he so doesn't have a clue, while you keep on keeping away from him.
全く女扱いしてくれねえし、意識してんのはいつだって私だけ。
Nothing says not treating you like a girl like offering you a seat next to him on public transport. CGI.
確かに純の反応が今までと全然違う。純
They can have a big fat old send-off for this whole scene where she takes the shorts off under the skirt. His reactions have been utterly priceless and got about 4 legit heavy laughs out of me. That's a send-off all day long.
あなた友のことを敵視しているようだけど、これでも私は友の親友のつもりよ。
Why would she potentially see you as being not her best friend? I'm confused.
お話ししたいことがあるんだけど。
とりあえず、そこから出ろ。
Why would she not potentially but literally stand inside his locker and await his arrival for what might be an elongated period of time? I remain confused.
じゃあとりあえず走るぞ。
Very slow Naruto run.
1、
無理。
1。
Should really be saying 1 when 1 rep is actually completed. Boob motion sound effects.
軍道、俺と付き合うっていうのをやってみねえか。
Local weather really just be living on the whims of these students, right?
あの子と共に行ったのね。いつか言うとは思ってたけど。
She says after literally being told that he did and then further having an entire discussion about it with Tomo.
全力でぶっ潰しますんで。
すんません先輩、よく言って聞かせますんで。いや、大丈夫だけど。
Being unable to breathe when her arm is wrapped around your forehead and not your throat.
俺 俺も混ぜてくださいよ。
ごめんなさい。二人ともすっかり仲良くなったな。
Nothing says being someone's best friend like apologizing twice out of nowhere for seemingly no reason.
おお、三船と小川じゃねえか。奇遇だな。お前らもこの店よく来るのか？
How did you get that they go there often from them just spitting out their drinks in shock?
なかなか歌おうとしない純一郎の代わりに3時間童謡を歌って帰ってきたのね。
恥ずかしすぎて死ぬかと思った。
You're not selling me on the notion that anyone would do something they find incredibly embarrassing for 3 hours straight, bruh!
なあ、軍道はよく笑うよな。
そうか？私はあんまり見たことねえけど。まさか美鈴のやつ、純のこと？
Oh no, come on, let's not go down the road of gamers aka misunderstandings the anime. It was just 2 episodes ago that they firmly confirmed that not only is there no love, but there is active hatred.
ああ、そうだ、みすずちゃん。面白い話があるんだけど。
Two sins. Firstly, she takes in tape like this and keeps it in her desk, don't know why. Secondly, he kept it on when he left the class, also don't know why.
そういえば私らってもう10年以上の付き合いだよな。
ええ、母親同士が幼馴染だから生まれた時からの付き合いらしいわ。
Exposition though, since I'm willing to bet that she's aware that she's been friends with you since early childhood because she's been friends with you since early childhood.
ふわふわでいい匂いで、これが上司。
Talking about someone as though they're not directly in front of you.
マジで？なんだよお前、興味あんなら最初から素直にそう言えよな。
なんであなた純一郎に抱きついたりしないの？
Take a rare sin off here, Megumin from Konosuba did such a great job voicing this character. She's one of those cases where she fits the role scarily well. Like, you can't imagine anyone else doing it justice.
一緒に帰ろうぜ。
俺からはいいんだ。お前からはなんかダメだ。わかったか？
私もともちゃん大好きだけど、純くんはずるいよね。
何が言いたいの？
She could tell exactly what was going down there from all the way up there. There's a big distance, I'm saying.
おい、トモ、起きろよ。
うるせえな。
やっと起きたか。
Asking someone if they're awake when they're awake, brought to you by, in a seemingly infinite loop for all eternity until the sun itself explodes millions of years from now, Japan.
この調子で勉強すれば、お前と同じ大学行くのも夢じゃねえかもな。
Exhale and an inhale cliche.
純。
Sudden sleep strangulation.
遅くなって悪かった。途中でいろいろって。
They were hoping to get all of this done in such an insanely short period of time. She was out for ages by pure chance, and yet they still aren't done. It's really not much of a sin, but it's been a dry episode for them. As opposed to facing the normal way and potentially being able to catch the ball instead.
おお、気合入ってんな。
子供ね。
Irony.
おい、お前いいもん持ってるね。
おお、ちょっと転んじまって。
調子狂うわね。
ほらよ。なんでお前がこれを？道に落ちてたから拾った。はあ？
I love the idea that having absolutely no idea about what had happened, she seemingly walked around the town for a while, came across a couple or maybe just one of the 2 bullies playing on the console, then had a fist fight with them and took it back to him. Just the world's largest assumptions turning out correct.
俺がお前より強い男になったら、その時改めて取り返してやる。
I mean, she's not a man. Technically, you should just take it back off her right now. She'll never be a stronger man than you are now. Multiple people complete one full sentence together cliche. I mean, how did they even know that the next person was going to take over the sentence? Water bullets!
なんでドヤ顔なんだい。
He can tell that she has a smug look on her face without actually looking at her face.
私と花火大会に行かないか？
花火大会？
No.
ジュンって誰？彼氏？
彼氏なんていねえよ。
フリーなんだ。
Bruh, between this episode and the last one at the beach, this studio is trying to sell me on the notion that Japan is made up of like 80% borderline nonsense.
友に対するこの気持ちが何なのか結局よくわからなかった。
なあジュン。
Speaking as a former teenager, I don't really get how he can be confused by this. In my personal life, I either found a woman attractive or I didn't. Clearly he finds her attractive. It's not hard to figure out.
何してるの？
She fell over into a tiny puddle and yet managed to absolutely soak the road as she fled as a result.
に任せて安全なとこで待ってるなんて私は嫌だ。
そういえば俺の親友はこういうやつだったな。
She probably felt quite uncomfortable with him just smiling at her in silence like that.
あと汚い。
見つけた。会いたかったぜ。
Managing to walk right up to both of them in complete and utter silence.
勝てるなんて思えないけどせめて一発だけでも。
Managing to cut someone's cheek by lightly grazing them with the outside of your fist. I've legit watched about maybe 1,000 or so MMA fights in the past 6 years, and it's a lot harder than you think to make someone bleed by hitting their face. It's normally elbows, repeated attacks on the same area that cut people.
せめて今のあの子を見てあげてください。
It's almost as though the people at this school are purely there to hook up with other students. Everyone coming and going whenever they please. Are they going to get any schooling done this episode?
待ってキャロル、あんって何？そこまでです。
These people are like ninjas moving around warehouses and houses alike in absolute silence.
こんなところまで来てるの？
How would you know that though when you've got your eyes shut?
いつまでも落ち込んでないで、さっさと友と仲直りしなさい。あの子にはきっとあなたが必要だと思うから。
I get where she's coming from and the story, but to sell that, I feel like you should have said they haven't spoken properly for like a month, or maybe 3 months at most, but an entire year has gone by. It's hard to say that she needs him when they haven't spoken for a year.
スポーツ選手となんかの博士が友達になってもいいと思わないか？
なんかの博士って何よ？
笑うな。
To be fair to her, there are loads of different kinds of doctors. Yes, they're all doctors, but they all do very many different kinds of things.
やっぱお前とっつうのは違う気がするんだよな。聞いてるか？おいミス。
二度とミスズって呼ばないで。
He thinks her reaction here might have been from the result of somehow not having heard him randomly.
避けた？
ジュンくんだ。
Literally managing to change direction in the air.
みすずちゃんは自分で思ってるほど悪い子じゃないよ。
キャロル、離れて。
この流れでもダメか。
She definitely did get away with it though, since she achieved a hug and it was the first time she'd gotten a hug.
なんて美しい人なんだ。僕とどうって。
ぎこちないにも程があるわ。
Clearly she's not seen many anime or video games then.
お前は友達のノリだろうけどよ。人前であんな誘い方したらあれだぞ。変な意味だと勘違いされるかも。
I still don't really get her as a character. Back in episode 1, she had the courage to tell him that she loved him, which I know is slightly degraded in Japan. The word love, I mean. Like, I feel it's a bigger deal in the West to say, but still, she did that, and now ever since has been playing insanely hard to get, essentially.
あれともちゃん？
友。
And now he corrects her. They wouldn't be wrong thinking there's more between them because he asked her to dance, and her way of dealing with it is to run off. Yet you told him you love him in the first minute.
なあトモ、高野菜の時の話なんだが、
そういえば今日は早く学校に行かなきゃいけない用事があって。
So now, even days later, seemingly, she's still doing the same thing. If they end up together, it'd be an absolute miracle, which obviously they will end up together, but at this point, no chance if it's anything like real life.
それでも俺はお前のことが好きだ。
うるせえタコ。
Absolute friggin' miracle, though, bruh!
そんなことよりさっさと行って肩をつけてきなさい。あなたらしく。
I like this anime, but I must admit, this bit to me just seems a little contrived. She was involved, but not that much. They've had so much time together to establish their feelings. Like her telling her to be more girly and maybe that'll get his attention way back then. Certainly wasn't the cause of everything else, to my mind anyway. Not been a lot to talk about this episode. It's been pretty heavy on the talking and the feelings aspect, so I can't say much of anything really, but I did like this, so take a big old sin off. Creator follower, Lefty, Corey Bush, Inakami Water, Manuel Morales, Marquez, Nick Wyndham, Warkeeper, The Ever Commander, Adelisk, Bird Without a Word, Brendan Creer, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Gaten 2000, Jessica Starks, Kepman, Comfroik, Kylie W, Magnus, Nathan Burr, Satai Kuyore, Sean, Sebastian Ramirez, Wiccan Faye, Ali 50, Baked Patats 3827, Dark Lord Blaze Soul, Dub Defender Matt Mallow, Guru, Israel Caldera, Yor Edfinson, Jonas Stahl, Jaffa 6263, Kieran Robinson, Kelnock, Kevin Nauta, Conito, Laxus, Luis Cruz, Matthew Blansett, Nicholas C, 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Peter Milligan, Saint Flo 25, Sentimento, Storm 970, The Elementator Wars.